What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out XRP, baby. So, XRP gang, hit that like button, subscribe for more, leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate that. So, we got XRP here on the daily, right? We have this extension that we were thinking about. This is our 1-2 setup that we're trying to get ready to get out of here for our third wave. And it looks very beautiful. It looks good relative to other cryptos that we've looked at, right? Jasmy's correcting pretty hard. Chainlink is correcting pretty hard. Other cryptos are correcting pretty hard. The XRP XLM, right? XRP XLM down 3%, down not even a percentage point, right? Pretty tame, right? You got the 6 percentages, you got the fours, you got the fours, you got the sevens, right? So some are correcting pretty hard, right? Fours. XLM, XRP, they look healthy. Healthy. We do have a right on this RSI. We do look like we want to come down and test this moving average. I do want to see how we interact with that. I do want to see. I know. At this point, I'm just gonna put this on here. I know we technically, actually we didn't. We did not. I want to do this. We did not break above it. Right, we did not. So let's do that right there. I do want to see how we interact with that right there. I can leave it on. That's fine. Leave it on the rest of them. That's fine. Yeah, kind of rejected both times. So kind of cupping into it. Let's see how we interact with the moving average on the RSI. Right, let's see how we do that. We're above all the EMAs. Ooh, go back to green. I like green. Back to all the EMA. We're above all the EMAs on the daily. We do have a red dot on the Fu Manchu. Not the greatest look, but we do have momentum. So as long as we're making a higher low than this, as long as we're not coming down through here like this, right, that's bad. But we can come back down a little bit, then build up momentum. That's the definition of momentum. It just builds, right? So let's use this positive momentum to slow our negative momentum, negative to the downside. All right, negative price action to the downside. If you're this is why you're sub to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, right? We put on some levels up through here that we needed to get above and stay above. And I mean, look at this, right? This 9491 level is a key area, right? We came down to $2.95, $2.94. I mean, come on. If that doesn't earn it, I don't know what else to do, right? So we're staying above key areas, right? So if we're staying above these areas, we're targeting higher still. Still targeting higher. We're staying above here, we target higher. We get down below, then we're targeting lower. Right? So we're still looking positive, we're still looking healthy. I could throw these on. I just don't. You know what, if we do, let's say we do. Let's say this is the low. Let's say the low is in. Alright, and this is your 1-2 setup. 1-2 setup. Right, your 1-2. Overall, dang it, I kind of messed that up. Right, you're targeting. These are the levels you're going to start to target, right? These are the levels you're going to start to target on this next move. Right? On this next move. Because overall on your next move, right? First target, it's got to be this guy right here. Second target, it's got to be this guy right here. And I don't think XRP is going to stop through here. I really don't. I really don't. You still need 5 waves to the upside after this, and this is going to be your third wave essentially, and it's the most impulsive wave. And so, right, we do have some key areas that we do need to get above and stay above. I'll leave this on here, but it is your 786, your 333. I do want to see how we interact with the 618. Right, if we come up in wick and close below the 618, kind of reject off there, right, then we can see what we're doing, right? So overall, this looks actually pretty dang good, right? Price targets I'm expecting though from XRP on this next move are up to that $5 range, $5 to $6 range on this next move. And depending on how we do that, I'm not sold on that being the high for XRP, but I mean, I know people are saying like 10, 20, 30, $40 or what have you, but if you're really thinking about where XRP started on this move, right, moving to the upside, right? I mean, from the low to the high from this first profit, that's 800%. This is 1,000%. Up through here is 1,400%, and up through here is almost 2,000%. So you got to think of it in terms of that as well. There were people who were buying down through here, 50 cents. Right? People were buying down through here, and they're going to take profits. They're going to take profits once we get up to that $4, $5 range. They're going to be taking in profits, and that's what you have to think about, right? Where is your entry point relative to the start of the move, right? Not this move, not the start of this move, the start of the very beginning, right? Even the start of this move down here, this 190 range, right? People are going to be taking profits at $4. That's a 100% move. Right? People will, I can guarantee you, people will take profits. So just be aware of that. Those are some levels I'm thinking about for this next move. I can leave this on the 4 hour. Right? Just leave this on the 4 hour. So just be aware of that, right? Profits never hurt the pockets, baby. You got to lock in the gains, right? Not a financial advice or not financial advice, but that's the way I roll. That's the way I operate. Because then you can always, wait for nice entries on a pullback and re-enter or reinvest into assets that are still waiting to take off, right? You can do a whole lot of things that, after you've locked in profits, right? So that's what I've got for XRP for the move. Oh man, this RSI looks sad. This is a sad RSI right here. Very sad. Very, very, very sad. Yeah, I mean, we've broke out. We've got to the overbought zone, and now we're kind of correcting and going down and sideways. So yeah, I do want to see us kind of level out. I don't know where my lines go on my RSI, but I'll redo those for you guys. Let's look at the MACD on the XRP chart. MACD on the XRP chart. I mean, yeah, we're cooling off. We've been cooling off. Right, we're cooling off and we're cooling off. So, but the MACD is the MACD is a laggard. We are above the zero, which is good. We're still above the zero. So that's very positive, right? Very positive. Even if we come down and then go up again, right? A lot of our moves we do that, right? A lot of the moves, something like this, right? I mean, it's not the biggest move, but it is a move, and then you went up. Right, got above the zero, kind of flattened out, then went up. Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too concerning. We got this one. We just ran. This was in November. So we are above the zero, which is nice. Let's check out. I want to check out the 12 hour. Oh, that's something else. Are we crossing down below? We are. Not a great sign. Not a great sign. Just not. It's not. Not a great sign at all. We have red. We also have a red little, momentum indicator, right? But it is delayed. It is delayed. So, right, we are, we're still in this correction. It's on the 12-hour chart, right? I'm not gonna lie. This candle looks ugly too. This candle looks very ugly. Looks very bearish. Looks very, very, very bearish. Very bearish. So, what were some of these lower levels that we were thinking about? All right, this 287, 271. I don't think we'd come down for a double bottom, but 287 could be in play. 291, right? 291. Since I did mark those to the upside. Yeah, I can get this out of here. I just want to see in terms of where we are for correction. Your A, I mean, is that really your B wave? There's no way. There's no shot that's your B wave. No, 2236. None of these, right? Especially on the 4 hour. I mean but that's a super weak B wave. If that's your B wave, we might be in trouble. Might be in trouble if that's your B wave. It's because it's so weak. It's so weak. Maybe we're working on a B wave right now. That just doesn't look. That doesn't look complete. That doesn't look right. But as of right now, if this is your A, B, right, then you're coming down for your C, right? I mean that 290 range. That's your 1618. I mean all the way down to your 2272 to your 26. I mean it's a possibility, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's, especially in crypto, we don't work with certainties. These are possibilities, and the lower prices, high possibility. High possibility. We did talk about coming up. I mean, we did overshoot. We got up to 318. Right? I was talking about like 306, 307 come up, and then you can correct down, fall down a little bit. So now this correction is just going to feel a lot worse because we did overextend. So, if we do come down to that 290 to 287, that's 10%. I mean, it's really not that bad. Back down to this sell wall. right? Could turn into support now. Buy wall, that's 280, 278, that's 12%. So yeah, so I think XRP does have some more downside. I think most cryptos do. I think today's gonna just finish off bearish. It started bearish. I mean, unless we get some kind of pump, we pump into the rest of the day. That would be ideal. Pump into the rest of the day, then open, because we need to open bearish. We can't open bullish because it's usually the opposite, right? When you've had a bullish day, typically right when you close, you see the red, right? People are taking profits. People are, removing their shorts, and there's so many reasons. But and then you see continuation, right? Because you need wicks. I mean, you rarely have wickless candles, especially on the daily. So you need some kind of wicks, right? Our weekly open has been to the downside, so now we have a wick to the downside. So now we need to start moving up, right? Let's just look to the down. Let's just look on the weekly. Look at that weekly, right? I mean, how many candles are wickless, right? How many candles are wickless? There's no wickless candles. There's still small, tiny wicks. I mean, this is a wick. Especially your green candles. There's wicks. There's all wicks. All wicks. This is wickless. We have one candle that's wickless since November, right? It's just not. It's not the norm, right? It's not the norm. So this is fine, but then we need to start getting some momentum. We need to start getting some momentum and moving up. We have a green dot on the weekly still. Still have a green dot on the weekly. This doesn't look the greatest coming up like this. That doesn't look the greatest. I'm just being honest. That doesn't look the greatest. So market makers are doing their thing. They're trying to shake the market out. Have a plan. Stick to your plan. Have conviction, right? I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but I do think we're finishing up a 1-2. It could get kind of volatile, right? We have that 287 to 272 range. It just doesn't, right now the correction doesn't look finished yet. It doesn't look complete. And so those are the levels I'm looking for, right? If I was looking to add, those are kind of the levels I'd be looking to add at, and not chasing, right? We did have an overextension of what we thought. And so our pullback could feel a little bit more violent just because of the extra upside that we saw. So, I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. We got up to 160, 200 subs is the next goal. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.